welcome to the Shy Sheep. This week's video is going to be a list of all my holy grails, or my most wanted figures, I guess you could say. I thought it would be a pretty good follow-up from last week's video, which was unboxing a holy grail of mine, so I thought it slid in quite nicely over there. Okay, so I'm going to be looking on my phone on my figure collection just to make sure that I cover everything. But I will mention the two that I have already just quickly in passing. So the first holy grail that I got was my Saber Alta dress version by Alta. Very happy to have her in my collection. And the second one was the 1/8 Eren and Akuri throne figure. So they are grails that I own though now. So these are all grails that I do not own. I just wanted to say sorry for any echoes that you may hear. I tried to move my filming location, but the lighting wasn't great, so I decided to stick here, so I hope it's not too bad. So the first one that I have is, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned him before, but I'm actually also currently looking for him, but I really love Gilgamesh. He is very, very close to my heart, and I feel like, especially in Fate Zero and Fate Stay Night, he was always represented as more of a villain, and like he was bad, although that's where I first met him, and I actually really liked him in those seasons. But I don't know, I feel like he's good. He just has, his intentions are sometimes just, or his intentions seem bad, but I feel like behind it all he was trying to be good, you know. But I feel like in Absolute Demonic Front Babylon, I think that's what it's called, it's a very long name, he is portrayed much more nicely in that one. I really came to love Gilgamesh there as well. I mean, I really loved him before, so I was excited to watch it because he was in it. But he's just such a good king, in my opinion, and he's just, I don't know, I love how kind of arrogant he is, but like kind of in more of a subtle way, and he's just always cheeky, and I love him. It is the 1/8, I think it's the 1/8, yes. And it's by Mythios, or Mythos, I don't know which way to pronounce it. But yeah, he looks so cool in this figure with his cape that he's holding. I think the cape looks amazing, first of all, with the shading and the way it's sculpted. I feel like it adds a lot of grandeur to the figure. And I also think his fiery base is really cool. He's also sculpted beautifully, and I love his noble phantasm that he's holding. I mean, I know like technically it's like just part of his noble phantasm, but it's like the most powerful one. I think, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, but I always hear him pronouncing it like Aya or something. Basically, it's like destroys everything. It's very cool. Anyway, I also like how his hair is down and he has his like gold necklace on. It looks really cool. I think it's a really good Gilgamesh figure, and I also like his face in this figure, because some Gilgamesh figures have a bit of a weird face, and I think they got his face pretty good in this. There's also another Gilgamesh figure that I do like. It's not on my Holy Grail list, but I do plan on getting this figure. It is the one where he's in his throne and he's like in his caster's attire, I want to say. It's from Demonic Battlefront, when he's the king there. I like this one because he's in his gold getup. I like his gold getup. So I hope that I can get him. His aftermarket, I'm pretty sure, is pretty high. I haven't been actively searching for him since I've purchased some other things recently. But yeah, so I'm very, very keen to be able to add him to my collection. The next one, I think I also mentioned her in my one video, But I'm pretty sure, at least if you watched the Food Wars unboxing, or the Erina unboxing, it is clear that I love Food Wars. And I love the Rindo Kobayashi bunny. I love her. She just looks so cool, and I love Rindo. And I liked her rare meats specialty thing, even though it was a bit freaky, with the ants. Anyway, I think her bunny looks so cool, and I think it really portrays her personality very well. Like, that's Rindo. And also, her chef's uniform is purple, and her bunny suit is purple. Like, it's so perfect. And I love how she's posing. She looks so confident in the bunny suit. I love it. So I really would prefer a stockings version of this. However, if they re-released a bare-legged Rindo, I would rather get her than pay the ridiculous aftermarket for her. She's like 3 times the price, and I can't afford that kind of aftermarket, okay? That's expensive. Anyway, I love Rindo, and I would really love her bunny. So that's Rindo. Love her, love Food Wars. I feel like I should mention, I pretty much want all the Food Wars bunnies. So Erina and Hisako are technically on this list. And I'd really love that Erina bunny, by the way. That Erina bunny that's getting re-released in January. Oh. If it wasn't for January being one of my heaviest pre-order months, I would pre-order her. But I have to let the Erina re-release pass me by, because I already have 2 bunnies in that month. It's so sad. Anyway, I hope I can get Erina one day. And I also hope I can get Hisako one day. Moving on from those, I actually haven't mentioned this on my channel yet, but in terms of plot, like the plot of the anime and the storyline and that, Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood is my favorite anime. Its plot is superb. It is superb. There is not one thing I have to complain about in that entire anime. I love it very much. So obviously I would like to have some figures from this anime. The only problem that I have is that I know that there are a lot of Fullmetal Alchemist, or at least Ed and Al figures, but I don't like, well, especially Ed, I don't like their faces. I really don't. I don't think that they're exactly like them, or they look a bit off. And even though it's from like an anime so close to my heart, I just, if the face isn't right, I know I won't love that figure as much as I should love it. So, yeah. But I have found a Fullmetal Alchemist figure that I love. And it is Alphonse and Edward Elric, Precious GEM by Mega House. I'll put a picture on the screen, but I examined Ed's face here and I concluded that that's Ed. That looks like Ed to me. And I think he looks really cool on top of Al and all of the little alchemy lightning things, or like sparks, I don't really know what you call them, coming out of the ground, and I don't think there's actually a transmutation circle on the ground, I think, on their base. But they're putting their hands, well, Al's putting his hands on there, and Ed's putting his hands together to transmute. So I think that looks really, really cool, and I love this figure. I would say it is like my top grail, just because of the anime it comes from, and that it just looks amazing. It is, I would die. I wouldn't die, but figuratively I would die to have this figure. The only problem is I don't think that I can get it while I'm in South Africa, unfortunately. The reason being is I recently watched an unboxing of it. This box is so big. This box is like, I don't know, I think it's like this wide and like this high. Do you know how much that would cost to ship to me? probably cost as much as the Rindo bunny, okay? So I don't think I can ship that to myself. So for that reason, I am not actually actively seeking out this figure at all. Even if it comes up anyway, I scroll past it. Saw it being sold in my figure collection the other day. Oh well, couldn't purchase that. So yeah, I can't look for this figure at all. It is on my list, so I would say it is literally, with those cumulative effects. I don't want to say effects. One of like the best anime in my opinion. Characters that I love. Won't be able to get into while I'm here. It is like the holiest of holy grails, you know? It's like just so out of reach. But yeah, I would really like to get that and add that to my collection one day. So maybe sometime in the distant future, I'll be like, I finally got it. Anyway, so yeah, that's Ed and Al. I love those boys, so would love to get them. I guess I would classify the set as a holy grail, because if I could only get one from the set, and I don't mean like one at a time, I mean if I could only ever get one and I could never get the other two, like ever, I wouldn't classify this as a holy grail. Like I probably just wouldn't want it. But there is the Type Moon racing set, or racing trio, of Rin, Tosaka, Saber, and Nero. I love that racing trio, and I think Saber just looks so happy. You don't get many happy Saber figures, okay? But Saber looks so incredibly happy, and there's hardly any good Rin figures. Love Rin, she is amazing. So, and I really love that Nero, even though I've heard it's difficult to like display her because she's looking down, or like to the side, and like you don't know really how to put her. I love her with her flowy jacket and her characteristic little butt window. I really love that racing set. I wanted it ever since I basically started watching Fate and started figure collecting. So that trio would be the holy grail. So yeah, I'm not like a huge fan of Hatsune Miku, but I do like her, and she's very cute. And I would like a little Miku representative in my collection. And that representative, everyone, is probably going to be the most difficult figure, or difficult Miku, to find, and the most expensive Miku. It's the 1/7 Hatsune Miku by Mythos, or Mythos. That really stunning, beautiful figure that literally everyone went insane about. And I don't have her pre-ordered. So, she'll be fun to find in the future. I love that figure. I think she's absolutely stunning. I love how the hair drapes on everything. I love the little, like how the base just like kind of like encircles her, the flowers. Her face looks so, it reminds me of the Sleeping Beauty figure that I pre-ordered. Her face looks so soft and delicate, and like just the way they painted her face, the eyes look so, they're so beautiful. So yeah, I don't think I would ever feel like I have completed my collection without her. And the last ones that I would like to mention, it's kind of like a blanket statement. It's not like specific, because for me personally, so Haikyuu is like my top anime of all time. Like I love it so much. I'm very depressed after finishing it. I need to go and buy the manga so that I can just read the story, and I don't need to have, like I don't have to wait for the anime to come out, and then I can watch the anime when it comes out. Anyway, so favorite anime. And I don't think, for me personally, I would feel like my collection would just be like incomplete. It just wouldn't have that cherry on top, you know, without the Haikyuu Nendoroids. At least the Haikyuu Nendoroids of them in their jerseys. You know, so maybe not in their school uniform. I mean, I'd still want those. But I probably wouldn't feel incomplete about it, you know? But the ones in their volleyball jerseys and like sports attire, I have to have all of the Haikyuu androids. Otherwise, I would not feel at peace, you know? I wouldn't be able to pass away one day and be like, I've done and collected everything I wanted, I'm at peace. Like, we just wouldn't feel that. The last grail I'd like to mention is actually a pre-order, and it's the Gojo FNX 1/7 figure that I pre-ordered. I love Gojo. I feel like he's actually one of, if not my favorite character in Jujutsu Kaisen, and that figure of him is just so perfect. It's perfection, okay? If I hadn't pre-ordered him, I would be so upset. I would be trying to jump on, like grabbing him as he releases if there's any available, or trying to pick him up pre-owned like as soon as I could. So very happy that I pre-ordered him. 100% consider him a grail, and I feel very lucky that I get to pre-order a grail because, you know, they're very difficult to find. That's it for the video today, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that it maybe made you smile or brightened up your day just a teensy weensy bit. And I just wanted to say thank you for watching, and I hope that if you happen to stumble across this video, that maybe you'll choose to come and watch some more in the future. So yeah, I hope you all have a lovely day, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. Bye guys!